Good morning, Izet from Zester's Lab. As you can see, I haven't done anything to myself yet because today is cleaning day. Oh, and after half an hour, I had enough of this. It is getting too much for me. I'm only busy mopping and vacuum my sitting room, and the only thing that I've done up to now was cleaning that little piece of floor, my kitchen. It's busy drying. There's Bella Blops. She drives me crazy. I washed this little piece. There you can see me. And I did under the piano, and then it just became too much for me, and I decided to go for a walk outside. I actually washed this little doggy. Isn't he fun? And now you're gonna see my garden. I came back from our road trip and I decided I need to do something in this area, especially there, because the swimming pool pump is there at the back. It looks terrible. So I made holes and I planted those sleepers. I made my shells new. And look at my beautiful, I shift those pots up. And the doggy loves them. And look there, this is new. But as my friend always says, when you start working, it breeds babies. And now you can see. So I started cleaning, and one thing led to another. And then I walked down to our gate and I realized I need to make this area do something here, because look how high it became. So all of those things, every couple of months I just added one on top, and it became high and really dilapidated. And then I just thought, you know what, something needs to be done here. All of these things were also packed there. That was my garden engineer. He always do things his way. And the most awesome thing is, you can see I've got a hedge now. We went to visit the kids a couple of months back. When I came back, I had a hedge. So the wonderful man that looks after our house and the dog, he decided this needs to be a hedge. So whether I want it or not, I now have a hedge. But that's fine. You can see there, it's the back. There is the sleepers I planted. There you can see the swimming pool pump. These all came out of here as well, stacked on top of each other, making a little hedge. And I decided no. So tomorrow my garden man is coming again. And look how I'm saying it. He is coming. With him you never know. But really, 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 I really would love it if he comes, because this is how far I could go. Years back, my husband and I, we took a project like this and we would just run with it, and in a day, this would have been exactly how we wanted it. But, you know, the years accumulated, and I had to take a bath last night. I was so stiff and sore just by doing this little bit. So what am I learning? I am learning to things easier to do what I can and then wait for help. You know, very frustrating, but it's something, you know, you can see if he's not coming, I will have to clean up all of these things and my house. And I must admit, to this morning, I feel this is a little bit too much for me. But guess what? I'm also learning to do what I can and leave the rest. I'm going nowhere slowly. I am learning to go with the flow of the life in me and just to do what I can and leave the rest for another time. Why not? And you know what is the most wonderful about a garden? You do things, then you forget about it, and when you come back a month or two later, you see this big blessings just popped up. My wheelbarrow that my little grandkids and I painted 1.5 years ago, I just planted this plant in it, and when I came here a while back, look at it blooming. It loves it here. I didn't think it's gonna love it here, but it is loving it here. They say it's a begonia, but I have no idea. I'm trying to find out, but it is just the most beautiful thing. As you can see, we stay about 100 meters from the sea. Sea is now that side, and it is pure sea sand. So this, I use everything. Everything goes into compost, and then I just throw it into my flower beds, and that is why my garden looks like this in a real semi-desert area. And here you can see we've got more wood. Our kids are coming in December, so we are ready to braai. This is the braai area. And here you can see things that needs to be refreshed. That's what I'm doing. All my shells that I picked up on the beach, you know, the real broken ones that nobody wants. I just add some rope. There you can see my rope, and I just do this, and I hang them in my trees. They make a beautiful sound. These are hammocks. This one I made. That one the kids brought from Thailand, and here you can see all my other shells. I am busy redoing them. Another friend always said, it's time to make everything fresh again. There are some fishes that I made. I think they need some refreshing. I actually feel sad because the neighbors, when the wind's blowing like today, you can see how they bump onto each other and they make a noise. So I don't know, I think it's time for them to come off. Don't know what where I'm gonna put them. These are refreshing. They are broken, you see there. And this was a huge tree of ours that fell over after years. Look how beautiful it's looking. So this is some knives, the forks. I need to put the forks back. They fell off, and just listen to the beautiful sound. So you just add some forks and knives, old ones, you buy them at the charity shops for nothing, and you just hang them up and just listen. It's just so beautiful. So our house, I call it green pastures because it's really where I get revived when we're home. This is my happy place, even though I need to clean it, and sometimes it looks like this. But that's life, you know. We need some restoration at times, some really deliverance, getting rid of some things that is overgrown in our lives. Some serious pruning. Every year I do some serious pruning. And this I also made. You know, relax, dry, and then look at this. All my needs are met. That needs to be redone too. Just acrylic paint on a piece of, I don't know what you call it, block. Corrugated iron. Excuse me, that is planted. I've been made. Look at the little bird of the little house. It was our previous dog, Chommy, his house. My kids built, and there's just two little girls. All these things just bring me joy. I mean, look at them, two little friends just having a good time, just chatting. So this is it. I don't know what this video is about or what the name will be, but I think it's learning to take life one breath at a time, one step at a time, 1 minute at a time. That's the only way to experience peace and joy in the midst, because I can be totally overwhelmed. It started to creep up on me. I was kind of tired. This is just a huge black tarp, I think they call it, that I put in a hole. I made a hole, and this is now my pond. You can see the pump's not working. It's just too much work to clean it. So even though it looks very green, it's actually quite clean because there's little frogs and fish, and everything is very happy there. So you can see I am waiting excitedly for my gardener to come tomorrow. I just hope he comes, because they say rain is also coming. So whatever. Rome wasn't built in a day. We've been living here for more than 30 years, and we built the house, we did everything. This was just one heap of sand. And no matter how we tried to move, we just never, the door never opened. So we're still here, and we still love it, because who wouldn't love staying here? Even if you have to clean it, and clean the garden at times, and redo things. So just when life becomes overwhelming, just take things one step at a time, one breath at a time, 1 minute at a time. That's the only way. You see my flower, the one that's in my wheelbarrow, isn't it just absolutely magnificent? And I planted them. I think it actually fell, or I'm not sure, but I replanted these ones, put them in, and it just loves growing here. Like me, I love just growing here, together with all my plants, my animals, my birds, fishes, husband, friends that come to visit. And you know what? It wasn't always like this. I hated being here years back. I was bored. I was scared. Our business was going down under, and I thought I'm going to lose it all. And that's where I actually learned to take things one day at a time and just do every minute what you can, what you're allowed to. Do not worry about the rest. Just do what you can, and find in the doing things that brings you joy. And gardening is one of my things. I love gardening. It's like art. I mean, when I was hanging these shells up yesterday, I said, it draws your eye to the middle of there and away from the pumps. And then I decided I need to go and make another string to put more up, and now look at that. And there in the background you can see my 2 chairs that hubby restored. They were really broken, so now that they still need to be painted. So yes, we are refreshing our area, our home. And guess what? In the refreshing state, it looks like this. So when there's things going on in your life, or in your loved ones' lives, or other people's lives for that matter, their lives are going to look kind of a mess. I mean, things are busy happening. They are being pruned and cut and been made fresh again. And it is a real confusing time, ugly time, call it that. I mean, my garden all of a sudden are no longer, oh, it's so beautiful. No, it's crazy, it's chaotic, it's dirty. Look at that. But guess what? It's only a process. It is in the process of becoming new and fresh and beautiful again. Things that needs to go are going. Others are being replanted. Everything is being reshuffled. And there's my husband. And this is it. Thank you that I can share my journey with you. Love you lots. And remember, just take life one breath at a time and one step at a time. And in between that, find those things that makes you feel alive, come alive, realize you are alive. As I said, in the midst of washing my floors, I just came outside and I realized I want to share this with you. And now my strength is back, my excitement is back. I'm ready to go in and continue with my cleaning. And it feels like raining. It will be fantastic. Love you lots, is it from Zetster's Lab.